I'm Ryan from Awoke Crypto News. Today we're going to talk about the SushiSwap hack, what's being built on the Cardano network, trading at Tesla for an NFT, the Avalanche network, Audius, Flare network, and more. Alright, let's dive in. SushiSwap is the latest to fall victim to another hack in the crypto space. Sushi's token launchpad Miso hacked for $3 million. We'll take a look at their CTO, Joseph DeLong. He announces that their supply chain Miso was compromised. His quote, "The anonymous contractor with GH handle Aristo K3 injected malicious code into the Miso front end, replacing the auction wallet address with their own, subsequently acquiring 865 ETH. Valued at $3 million. So this can be verified on Etherscan. I get that. That's unfortunate. They're just the latest victim. The part I don't get that intrigues me the most about this story that I wanted to bring up also is that the hacker exploited a single target of the JPEG's Automart token auction, a parody NFT project imitating the value of 2007 Kia Sedona. So two things to unpack there. One, we have another hack in crypto. That's terrible. That's the stuff that keeps setting back the crypto space. Not good headlines. We hate to see that. There's no resolution there. That's unfortunate. The only thing that made me smile about this article is that there is an NFT project that revolves around 2007 Kia Sedona. I don't understand that. I won't pretend to understand that. It makes me laugh a little bit that exists and that somehow there's $3 million tied to it that could be hacked. Not the hack part, but that just exists. So unfortunately, Sushi, the latest to fall victim in another hack in the crypto space. Not understanding NFTs is the perfect segue to the next news. YouTube star trades Tesla Roadster for NFT. That's right, you heard that. So let's take a look at this. Dan Markham, the creator of 7 million subscriber channel, YouTube channel What's Inside, has traded his Tesla Roadster for a single non-fungible token. So there's not a whole lot to talk about here other than we're talking about this Tesla Roadster right here. This car worth well over $100,000. This right here, this Roadster for this NFT. And now we all know how much, NFTs, perceived values, scarcity, everything else, but someone traded their Roadster, this car that you can take out on the road and use, for this NFT. As I said, I don't understand it, but it might be a great financial decision. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Continuing with the theme, we'll move on to Coinbase listing. Shiba Inu is up 25% ever since being listed on Coinbase. Not a whole lot to unpack here. What I'll say there is it's just another thing I don't fully understand. I understand the popularity of it, and that's what drove the listing. I understand why it's up 25%. I just don't fully always understand what Coinbase's criteria for listing different tokens are. There are plenty of tokens out there that I personally think maybe should be listed ahead of some of these meme tokens, but good for Shiba Inu and all its followers and fans. But here we are, so it's news, I guess. For once, we have some positive news related to XRP that has nothing to do with the ongoing SEC lawsuit. We've got Flare's Songbird network going live. So for those unfamiliar, the Flare network is a decentralized smart contract network built for XRP. It creates a decentralized smart ecosystem for them, allowing XRP to interact and have a blockchain ecosystem built for XRP. And the Songbird network is a sister network built for that. You can liken this to Kusamo and Polkadot. So the Songbird network, what they're calling their Canary network, is basically a test network, just like what Polkadot and Kusamo came up with originally originated. So anything that they want to put on the Flare network will be done first, originally done on the Songbird network, and if that goes well, then they will move it over to the Flare network, then they can use to be interacted with XRP. So this made news because it went live as of September 27th. Then anybody who had registered on the Flare network received the SGB tokens for the Songbird network. So it just recently went live. Avalanche is the latest to raise the stakes in the ecosystem arms race. If we take a look back to about a month ago, Avalanche rushed to give out more than 180 million in DeFi incentives. So they announced this back on August 18th, and since then we've had a number of other DeFi ecosystem or DeFi projects try to bolster their ecosystems. We've had Phantom, Terra, Harmony, and Algorand all trying to raise the stakes from that 180 million to upwards of 300 million. And the whole point of all of this is they're trying to bring in developers to build on their ecosystems. There's not a shortage of money in the space, but what there is a shortage of is development. Everybody wants to keep growing their ecosystems. They all want to compete with Ethereum. But Avalanche wasn't satisfied with that. They didn't like their 180 million being trumped. So what did they do? They announced just the other day that Avalanche Foundation is then raising it from that 180 million to another 230 million in support of DeFi ecosystem. So Avalanche now looks like to be one of the top dogs here. I think 230 million more into their original investment. So it's going to be interesting to watch this play out over the next several years. How much money is getting poured in, if we can get more and more development into the crypto space. Cardano's mainnet went live this week, and the big question has been, when can we start using it? So 200 smart contracts on Cardano, but there's a catch. So there's 200 smart contracts listed, but they're in a time lock and can't be used by developers until they're released. Another third-party app actually says that there may be upwards of 2,200 smart contracts. What all this means is essentially that the projects themselves that are building on top of Cardano have their smart contracts ready, but they're locked until the projects themselves are ready to release them, and then the developers can start interacting with those. So it's dependent on the projects themselves to release them until they're ready for the release. So there's at least 200 verified, and another third-party source says there's actually upwards of 2,200. So, but that's third-party. That's not for sure. The reason we're bringing this article up too, though, is that there are several notable projects that have smart contracts in time lock that are planning to launch soon, such as Greed, which is a rewards token redistributing Cardano's ADA back to holders. Liquid, an open source and non-custodial liquid protocol for interest rate curves. SingularityNet, a platform that lets anyone create, share, and monetize AI services at scale. And Cardex, the first decentralized exchange on Cardano. Bringing all these up because those 5 projects I would keep an eye on. You have your first 5 projects that they're going to go live on Cardano. Good chance that they see a high use case and potentially see price spikes. They're ones that are worth doing your research in. Audius, the blockchain streaming platform, competitor to Spotify and SoundCloud, is getting some big names attached to it. If we remember, Audius got a big spike here not too long ago when they announced a partnership with TikTok. Now they are announcing, after an announcement of a $5 million investment round, some big names coming along with that. So if we take a look over here, now popular musicians including Katy Perry, Nas, and others have officially come on board via new investment round. Today, Audius, which claims to have 6 million monthly active users, announced a star-studded $5 million round headlined by the number of prominent musicians, with Steve Aoki, Linkin Park's Mike Shinoda, Jason Derulo, Disclosure, The Chainsmokers, Pusha T joining the aforementioned artist. So some bullish news for Audius, and at the very least, it's some more marketing that they can use when you have big names like that attached to your platform. Finally, let's circle back to some NFTs. So we take a look at Christie's to sell some of the earliest NFTs and only for ETH. A full set of 31 curio cards, including a misprint, is expected to fetch between 870,000 and 1.3 million. All right, so we take a look at Christie's is a 254-year-old auction house. If we remember right, this is the auction house back in March that sold the Beeple NFT for 69 million. Made a bunch of news back then. What's valuable about these curio cards is they're actually thought to be the first NFTs. They actually predate both CryptoPunks and CryptoKitties. We can quick take a look over here. Take a look at what these cards look like. All right, so we've got, we can scroll through them. There's it's the whole set is what they're doing. So I believe there was originally 111 sets, and I believe 5 of them have been lost. And so completely lost forever. And so they're going to be selling one of these complete sets, including the misprints. Okay, so you can scroll through here and look later if you want to look it up here. But one of the most fascinating things about this story, what I love is the auction house. the auction house on October 1st. The auction also marks the first time Christine's live bidding will be denominated in cryptocurrency instead of the usual local currency. So they're only taking it in ETH. You can't use local currency. You can't use US dollars. You can't use euros. You can't use yen. Doesn't matter. You have to buy an ETH, and that seems appropriate. If you're buying an NFT, you should have to use a cryptocurrency. I like this quote from one of the bidders, or one of the people who buys on behalf of art collectors. I've been bidding in auctions on behalf of clients for almost a decade, said Davis, the Christine's Digit art lead. I placed bids in US dollars, GBP, and euro, as always fiat. To think I'm going to hear the auctioneer calling out my bids in ETH, that's just incredible. It doesn't happen. It does now, and I get used to it because I'm assuming that's going to be like the new policy. Anytime there's NFTs, you're going to have to start buying in crypto. That should be the way it is. You want crypto art, you got to buy in crypto. So I thought that was a fun one to end on. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and smash subscribe. Come follow us on Twitter, and until next time, bye!